Good. So here's the good and the bad thing. The good thing is, I don't know if it's good or not, but I'm not gonna be able to handle this meeting. I have another meeting going on right now. So here's and I'm replacing Krislani, all right? So I'm gonna ask Iago to lead this conversation so you can practice your English, and also Eric and Mateus, okay? And there is another Mateus coming up. So yeah, do you have the questions, Iago?
No, I have no idea what the questions are because I booked like 5 minutes ago for this immersion.
So let me see if it's Mateus Saraiva. Can you hear me? Let's see.
Hey,
Hello, Mateus. How are you?
I'm fine, and you? And yours?
So yeah, I'm gonna need your help, and I'm gonna put the questions here to help you out with that. And it's a topic talking about childhood and the magic of this period of our lifetime. So here are the questions, and I'm gonna appreciate a lot if you could do that. Can you do that?
Yes, it's fine.
All right, so I'm gonna make you host, and there we go. So Erica, Mateus, tio Mateus, welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy. Thank you so much, Iago, and see ya. Bye bye.
Okay.
Bye,
Yeah,
my
Yeah.
friend.
bye bye.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Felipe.
I,
Hello.
I was just caught by surprise because as I said, I booked for this immersion like 5 minutes ago because I saw that I had this gap at my work. So I just joined. But let's go. We are already live on YouTube, and we can start with the introductions. We have, I am here with Erica, Luis. Luis, I think that we met before. Your face is familiar for me. And Erica, um, let me see, Matheus Fraiva, can you introduce yourself?
Ei, podemos aqui. É a minha primeira vez aqui, vamos lá.
Oh, okay, sorry. So it's your first immersion ever?
Sim, aham.
Okay, so just let me explain a little bit. Um, Here in the immersions, the main point is just to talk about a topic, and I'm not a teacher. No host is a teacher here. We are all students, okay? And we practice language to help each other, and we can develop our English and our confidence better in this environment, okay? Everyone here is really nice to each other, and I hope that you enjoy the moment. So let me ask Erica to introduce herself, and then when you see everyone introduce you, you go last, okay?
Okay, let's go.
Erica,
Ah,
please.
yes. Can you hear me? Yes, no? Yeah. So, hello, everybody. I'm Erica. I'm 35 years old. I live in Santos, the coast of São Paulo, the nearest beach as well. Um, what more can I say? I used to work with customer service, customer experience, relationship with customers, things like that. I studied tourism, and I intend to be back to my area on the next years and to do a master degree next year, maybe on the Europe, maybe also, I don't know. And I'm here to practice my English and improve it to get a master. Como fala bolsa mesmo? Ai, esqueci.
Scholarship, I think.
É, scholarship, yes. And that's it. And my free time, I like to be with my friends and to cycle. I love to cycle. I love things with bike, and traveling also. And nice to meet you.
Okay. Thank you, Erica. Luis, please introduce yourself.
Of course. Iago, are you listening to me? Well,
Is
okay, let
for
me,
me it's just a little low, your audio, but go on.
well, I'm trying to, and now something changes or no? It's
Yeah, I
better?
think so, but we can hear you.
All right, let's go. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a French immersion? Immersion?
No, I
No?
don't speak any French. I think
Okay,
that
I
we
got
met in a
in
Louise
English.
immersion, I think.
Okay, that's good. Well, let's go. My name is Luis. I have 31. I live in a small city in the Minas Gerais countryside, and I've been working with technology. I like to ride a bike. I like to do some collective sports. I hate go to the gym. I'm doing this because I need. And that's it. I have one dog, a small dog called Philo. I like to walk with my dog also. I like to learn new things, practice new languages, and that's it. This is why I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Luis. Mateus, please introduce yourself.
Okay, hello guys, I'm Matheus, I'm 30 years old. I'm living in Feira de Santana, Bahia. It's a city nearby from Salvador. I'm married. This week I complete 4 months marriage, so it's a little recent. Me and my wife, we don't have any kids yet. Now I'm looking for a new position, a new job. I'm working with data, so I'm looking for a new position in this area. Uh, in my free time, I like to run. I like to ride bike, spend time with my friends and family, my wife too, play some board games, uh, make a barbecue. I think it's that. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mateus. Mateus Saraiva, can you introduce yourself now?
Hey, yeah. Well, hey guys, my name is Matheus. I'm from Vila Velha, Espírito Santo, but now I'm living in São Paulo. I'm 28 years old, graduating in exam, and in my free time, I like watching TV, anime, movies. I love music too. I live with my girl and my pet Athena. My girl is a master chef in the kitchen. We have a sweet home, and I want to develop my English to talk and read. And my weak point is pronunciation. And I want to train with my classroom in talk and talk. It's my focus in this moment.
Okay, thank you, Mateus. And just let me say that your pronunciation is good. Okay.
Thank you.
Uh, it's really good. So I am Iago. I am 29. I live in a small town in Ceará, Capoeiras. I live here with my husband and 7 cats. That's one here with me in the office. She was around here at the table at the beginning. I work as an instructional designer. I love to read in my free time. I like to go to the gym. I now enjoy Luis because that I used to hate it also, but now I enjoy going to the gym. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. Let's start. Today we are going to talk about the lost magic of childhood imagination. And just a moment, so I can set free my thread. is really impatient. And the first question is, children often have a natural sense of wonder and creativity. Why do you think imagination is so powerful during childhood? Luis, what do you think?
Well, probably the children have more freedom, something like a filter that they develop as age comes with us. Probably we start to concern about a lot of things. We must concern about the bills. We must concern about the house. Children probably are more free from this. I don't know exactly, but this is one thing that could be.
Yes, I agree. I also think that is because children is now worried are now worried about judgment,
Yes,
because
judgment.
as we grow
Yes.
older, we care too much about the other people judgment. So as children, we don't have that.
Yes. It's something like more, I don't know if I can say this word, filters that we develop with the age comes. We start to
Yes,
filter the things we probably
sometimes
have.
too much, right? And then we lose
Yes.
creativity because of that. Yeah. And Erica, what do you think?
Um, I think let me see. Children, yes, like you said, they have no the concept of judgment and the fear as well. They don't have fear to expose themselves, and they play it a lot. The with themselves, and it's very powerful to their creativity, imagination, the act of play, no, and to be with others with no no problem or no no. Ai, peraí que eu tô complicado de pensar. Hum, tô um pouco travado. But I think it's como que tem a ver?
I'm not sure about this expression.
Uh, with this part of play and the exposure of them with themselves, and they have no pressure of the society to be like this or be like this or be like this, no, and it's very powerful for them. I used to be like a child in some moments of my life, in my free time as well, and I realized that we when we leave our the things out that make some pressures in ourselves in the society, no, with the fears and so on. I think it's
Yes,
about it.
I think that you said a really important keyword that is fear, because as we grow older, we have fear of judgment, we have fear to try new things. That's why it's so easy to do some things when we are kids, because we don't fear that much. We build this fear with the age. So yeah, I totally agree. And Mateus, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Luis and Erica said. Just another point for me is about the limits. Kids don't know the limits. We need to teach them about that. Oh, kids, don't jump this place because it's too high. If you don't say to him that, probably in the some time this kid will jump. So if you don't know limits, probably the kids try make some things, um, and because that they are more creative because they don't know the limits. They don't be a lot of judge in the process, and because that they can think and see the world the way he or she wanted. So for me, it's about that.
Yes, I agree. And about limits, I will also go back on fear because limits is just something that we have when we learn to fear some things, like the fear of the dark or the fear of high places. And as kids, we don't have the we don't know these limits. We don't know how to measure a distance if we jump for a place that is too high and we can break a leg from it. Yeah, that's something. And what about you, Matheus Saraiva? What do you think?
Well, I agree, and I agree with everybody said. And I think these children born in free and no limits, no fears. And I I think so imagination makes a dreams for the future.
Yeah, it can be sometimes because sometimes imagination can be related to an ability that we have and that we want to develop better. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Um, let me see another question here. I think that we already answered the number two, what changed as we become adults. So let's jump to question number three. Do you remember a time in your childhood when you could spend hours imagining stories or worlds? What made those moments special? Luis, do you remember any specific time or situation?
Well, not exactly on a specific time or situation that I just think, but I was a child that likes to play, to enjoy my childhood. And I believe that I was a child with a very good imagination because I had a lot of I I I've made a lot of made imaginations. I don't remember. I don't know exactly, but with my toys, for example, I remember to have a uh, imagine a lot of things with my toys, with my bike, for example. I remember a very good imagination when I will got a big bike and I will explore other streets, other ways. I'm living in a small city and it's very easy to enjoy the estradas, estradas rurais, assim, our farm road. I don't know if I can say something like this. And that's it. This is something that I remember about my imagination. I would like to have a more big bike, a bike more big.
Yes, I relate to that because I grew up in a small town, and when I was a kid, about probably 7, 8 years, I used to go out with some friends at the end of the afternoon to ride bike. And that's like a scenario from Stranger Things. You are
Yes.
going to places and imagining things, situations, and creating monsters in your head.
Yeah, something like this. And I'm sure that I realized one dream that it's ride a bike on the rain. And I remember exactly one day I was riding a bike in this kind of roads, and it starts to rain. And as the rain comes more heavy, I was more fast, and I run into the poças d'água, assim, I run, and I come back to my home completely sujo. My mother opened the water in the I don't know the words. My mother just abriu a mangueira ali de água no passeio e foi só jogando água assim antes de entrar em casa, alguma coisa assim. And this passed with my friends, with my childhood friends, and it was a very good uh, history, a very good
Yeah,
memory.
yeah. Thank you, Luis. And what about you, Erica? Do you remember any specific time or situation?
Any specific situation? I think not, but any specific time, I think it was when so when I was a child, my parents put me on the scout, escoteiro activities, and it was on every Saturdays, and in that moments it was very very grateful for me because I was with another children, and we played a lot and make a lot of histories and activities with discoveries, and it was very very nice, very very good, and to improve ourselves also as a part of human as well, no, some activities with um, to well, to be with the nature, to camp, to cook as well, to know, to learn how to cook, to learn how to be with others with respect and responsibility. And as Luis said, the bicycle for me until now is very make some these moments now make me a happy child. And that's why used to cycle every weekend and every time that I can to go to discover some roads and some another cities and another places, another trekkings. And that was some part of my moments, special moments of my childhood.
Yes, I think the riding bike is always something that is really freeing.
Yeah.
And I think that for some some adults it can be like riding motorbike and go to other places in motorbike. Mateus, what do you think? Do you remember any specific time or situation from your childhood?
Yeah, yeah. I remember when I was a child, or maybe teenager. I think it's teenager when I play soccer just alone, and I create in my mind a lot of teams and the soccer players, and every time I shoot and play, for me, I was someone different. So now I am this soccer play and I will shoot. And if I forgot the word. Achieve o alvo. It's a goal for this soccer. Another dispute, I will play, and I am another soccer play now, and oh, this one this game. So this one example. The bike too. I made a lot of things like put in nos raios a lot of plástico or another thing to made a strange songs the bike. Well, I was very happy. The child time is a good time with no problems and difficulties in the life. So I remember these examples.
Yes, and also a lot of CDs and DVDs on the wheel to decorate the wheel
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
noise. Yeah. And for you, Matheus Saraiva, do you remember any specific time or situation?
Well, not specifically time. I remember when I kid, I have a big imagination. And one dream constantly is flying, but humans not flying.
Like, yeah, let's say. Okay, thank you, Matheus. Let me see another question, guys. I think the number 4 is a good one. How do you think school systems or social expectations affect children's creativity and imagination? What do you think, Luis?
Well, it's a hard question because I think that, of course, that this affects our creativity and imagination. But how? It depends for the environment. We can we can find very good schools that will increase, that will incentivize our imagination. And sometimes this could be come with judgment. And well, I think that could be a good or bad. We can say good and bad things. It depends a lot of the person who the children children will meet alongside. It's important to have a very good open school. I think that will incentivize the creativity. I think it's important. The school must be a gateway to this to 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 develop a more powerful ability, a more to develop our skills. If the children have a very good skills with the imagination, the school must have improved, incentivate and improve this. And that's it.
Yes,
Of course, that could be affected for a not very good example because there are a lot of judgments in our life, but this is something that we must learn how to deal with. It's not so easy, of course. It's very hard to to learn this, but something that we can deal with, I think, also.
yes, I agree. And what do you think, Erika?
Hmm,
Question number 4.
it's hard to explain in English it, but I think it's affect a lot, the traditional system of schools. Um, it demands a lot of our children and teenagers to to like strict discipline and good grades and almost like we almost like some army behaviors, you know. And I follow the son of my cousin in that constructive schools. No, that's like a Waldorf, things like that. Not Waldorf, that one, but the system like that they played a lot, and they stimulate a lot of the creativity of the children and the collective to be with another children also every time, no. And it was very, very different, the behavior the children that studies in this kind of schools or systems, and then others ones that there's the system, the traditional system that um, demand these good grades and the behaviors to shut up and do what I said, no. And the children when are stimulated to think, to this part of imagination, to with the just playing with nature, the open air, no, uh, it becomes, and it's very smarter. It's smarter than that ones that is in the traditional system. Very smart. This son of my friend, they learned how to write and to count, make some counts, like alone, to read as well. They started to read just by themselves, himself. And it's very crazy. Just like yes, my imagination showed me it's that. So to read is like that, and they in this our mind it discovered a lot of things by himself and or themselves, the collective as well. It's very important. I think that's it, more or less. It's hard to explain in English.
Yes. You said about the collective and like I think that being aware of the group that you are, I think that that's something that we really lost as we grow up in traditional schools because we are really incentivized to to oh my God, I totally forgot the word even in Portuguese now. Uh, to compete with other people, and we grow old as that we are always
Mhm.
competing with each other.
Yes.
And that's something that I always see because, for example, I was a teacher for a few years, and when I was in college, I did an internship in a school like this in a constructive methodology, and it was really nice. And then when I was in public schools, was really different for me. And when I used to talk to my kindergarten colleagues, teachers, it's totally different how they teach kids and how we teach kids in elementary school. Totally different because we lose sense of the collective. And I when you said that, I think that maybe this is the key because we grow older and we need to do things by ourselves. We don't care about the people. Yeah. And what do you think, Mateus? Question number 4.
Yeah, yeah. For me, the school system put the limits in the life. Um, some of the limits may be good, others may be too much, but I don't really know what it's necessary to change that. But the system put the limits, and for me, like Luis said, it's about the environment. Yesterday in the immersion, we talk about the fear and I said some some question. The environment create and teach our fears, like you said before, yeah. For example, if you are a child in the forest, in the jungle, probably you don't fear a lot of animals. You don't fear, for example, a snake, because this is your environment. You see your parents uh, kill or something different, the snake, and for you it's too normal. But maybe this child is fear about to fly because never fly before, and now it's an adult and never fly. If we think a normal child in the city, for example, probably this child fear a snake because oh, this snake, I never seen this animal before in my life. And my father or my mom, this fear about this animal. But fly, it's normal for him maybe. So this environment and the system teach us a lot of things, how to think, how to express about the fears, and for me it's that.
Yes, you said the difference of a kid growing in like in the countryside and another that grows in a big school. And I always remember that when I needed to go when I was younger, when I needed to go to the capital, I was really afraid to public transportation because I was afraid to get lost in the city, even with directions, but I was afraid of being lost and don't know how to go home after that. And I still don't like to be in public transportation in big cities because somehow I am afraid to get lost. But we have GPS right now. That's a stupid fear. And Matheus Saraiva, what do you think?
Well, this is a difficult question. I think the system has a lot to be proven at this point in its development. I believe school could introduce subjects like financial intelligence or encourage children to learn other languages from an early age. I think everyone deserves access to quality education. A very difficult structural problem to solve.
Yes, I totally agree. It's a big problem for a big country like Brazil and with a lot of different contexts. And even from state to state, sometimes public education, it's really different from each state. Um, but yeah, I hearing your answers, guys, I was also thinking that yeah, traditional schools can be like always try to put us in a box. But I was also thinking that even with that, when you are able to grow up in a family that doesn't judge you or not necessarily about the limits, but let you free to decide some things. And yeah, I think that maybe being able to do some decisions as you grow older, I think that being able to do that as you grow, I think that it can affect also, even if you have studied in a traditional school, because if you are free to be yourself in your house, the world doesn't matter, probably, because you have protection in your house, in your family. And I think that that's the key sometimes to a really messy world, to feel welcome in your own house, in your own family. Um, Guys, let me see another question. We don't have much time, but let me see another question. Um, I think the question number 7, how can keeping a playful or curious attitude improve our happiness and problem solving as adults? And I will start with Mateus.
I think keeping a playful or curious attitude improve a problem solving, because a lot of situations in your life we need to a new or different attitude for achieving the result in the job. For example, a lot of jobs we need to grow year from year and just keeping growth. And for do that, we need to think a lot of different actions. I remember a phrase. Um, I think it's Einstein said that, but I don't know how to say English. But it's something like, if you want different results, uh, no, not that. Is the definition about insanity is want different results, make as mesmas coisas. Eu até falei em português. A definição de insanidade é querer resultados diferentes e fazer as mesmas coisas. So, if you need different results, you need new strategies, be curious, be playful, can be a very good for a problem solve as adult. And happiness too, because for me, if you are more creative person, you can see through what you view in your eyes. For example, if you see the beautiful nature in some point, and you have a creative mind, you can see more than your eyes see in that moment. For me, is that.
I was talking on mute here. Thank you, Mateus, for your answer. And what do you think, Mateus Saraiva? Question number 7.
Well, adult life is very difficult. Living in a capitalist system demands a lot from our lives. There are many worries to deal with at all times. And bills, bills all the time. And it's hard.
Yes, it's just like the Destiny Child song, bills, bills, bills. We are always worried about money. And Luis, what do you think?
Well, I think that sometimes it's difficult to keep creative in a high level, but there's some things that we can do to keep us more creative. Sometimes it's important to take a rest, to sleep good. Sometimes we must to, for example, do some exercise, at least 2 or 3 a week, for example. I think that these kind of things can help us to have a fresh mind and be more creative when we need. Because I've been working with technology, of course, that this is a exact science. I don't know if this word in English, but I must be creative a lot of times in my day. And it's important to just sleep good, do some exercise, try to eat something good. It's very hard, but sometimes, but try to do these things to be more creative. And of course, a lot of problems, we must be creative to solve a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Of course, that there is a hard work also. We must learn new things. We must to keep update. Sometimes it's very difficult, but we just need to be creative to solve the problems and to take a rest, to have a fresh mind to do this. And that's it.
Yes, I totally agree that rest is necessary to to have a good mind and being able to think about different things. I also think that having hobbies is really important because, as Mateus said, we are always thinking about work. Unfortunately, we all always thinking about work. So I think that it's really necessary to have some activity that we are not paid for it, and then we don't need to be great at it because at work it can be something that we really like, and that can be something that we can be also creative. But that's something that demands a lot sometimes, and sometimes we are not that creative for work. So having another activity to exercise our creativity without the pressure of work it's something that I consider that it's necessary now. And what do you think, Erica, about
Hmm,
question number 7?
yeah. Well, I think I am a person who pay attention and take care with this part of be with this curious attitude with my life and to be playful as well in my free time. And what I realized that is that it brings us different points of view and different ways of thinking. And it's very important to this part of problem solving as adults. It connected a lot when we have these behaviors like child behaviors. And it's easier and make it easier to solve some problems in our lives or realize them. Oh, I think that's it.
Yes, I was remembering some things that I read about creativity. We have a lot of people that talk about it, about this subject now. And I don't remember his name, but I am subscribed in his newsletter. Um, I totally forgot the name of the guy, but he has a YouTube channel also that is Olhar Criativo. He's really good. And that's something that I always see people talking about being creative is how we need to connect with the things that we used to enjoy when we were a kid, because that's exactly about the losing the fear and the judgment and being able to connect in some level to our inner child. It's something that can improve our creativity better. Guys, we don't have time for another question. But I would like to hear from you, how was the immersion? This was not my immersion, it was Chris Lange's immersion, and I was caught by surprise here by Philip to replace her. And I used to, and I would like to hear from you, how was the conversation? Luis, what did you think about this topic that we talk about it today?
Well, it's a very it's a very good topic because it's an important subject. We must think about it. We must concern about our children, and we must concern about to create a free environment, a free and safe environment for our children. There is some difficult questions. There is a hard question, but it's very good because this makes us to think about it, to be creative, to get these answers. And that's it. I really like it. And it's important to share our opinions and hear the different ones. And that's good.
Yes, thank you, Luis, for being here. And how was for you, Mateus, this conversation?
For me, it's very, very good. I think I don't know if everyone, but for me, we cover the magic of childhood imagination. It would be very good. And after this conversation, maybe I will try, and sometimes not all the time, because if the childhood imagination in this world is very dangerous, but sometimes I think it's very big. It would be very good. Act, think, and see like a child. The imagination, the innocence of the child. It's play like a child. Maybe sometimes it's a comportment that will be very good for our lives.
Yes, thank you so much, Mateus, for being here. And how was the conversation for you, Erica?
The conversation with you is every time very good. You conduct, you manage it very well, very calm. And this team, we said team, no? Tema. I appreciate a lot this team, I don't know. Because it make us think what important is to have this look, this thinking that the things are easier, that when you think it like a child, then you have to sometimes be like a child to to be a little bit more happy or conscient about the process, and another thing that's very important is our inner child to take it to play sometimes, some moments, to discover something new, to learn about something new with this look, with child's olhar look, no? I think a little bit
Yeah,
more like that.
yeah, thank
And
you
I
so
appreciate
much,
a lot
Erica.
your conversations.
Thank you. And how was the conversation for you, Mateus Saraiva?
Oh, it's my first time here. My first time talking to the other people's in English too. And this topic is incredible for me. And thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for the opportunity to talking to yours here.
Yes, thank you so much,